So let's talk about golf clubs. Can a legendary set of irons from, 2008 still be a secret weapon on the course today? Well, we're about to find out. And listen, this is especially for you if you're a senior golfer who wants top performance, but you don't want to break the bank to get it.
All right, picture this. You walk into a golf shop, you see the latest, shiniest irons, you flip over the price tag, and bam, $1,400. I mean, wow. That's enough to make anyone wonder if they should just take up checkers instead.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? Does getting your handicap down really have to cost that much? The big brands, well, they definitely want you to think so. But here's the thought. What if they're wrong? What if there's a much smarter way to go about this?
Right. This is the classic golfer's cost dilemma. We all want that shiny new tech, but who wants to take out a second mortgage to pay for it? The good news is, you don't have to. There's an alternative. And trust me, it's a fantastic one.
So let me introduce you to the TaylorMade Tour Burner Irons. Now these came out way back around 2008, which really was a kind of golden age for TaylorMade technology. And today, honestly, they might just be one of the absolute best deals in all of golf.
Okay, first things first, we have got to talk about that one little word on the club that scares off most everyday golfers, tour. Please, do not let that word fool you. We're going to debunk this myth right here, right now. You know, usually when you see tour on a club, you think blades. You think, oh, that's for the pros with a sweet spot the size of a dime. But that is so not the case here. Nope. TaylorMade kind of slapped the name on them, but these are 100% game improvement irons. They're built for forgiveness, and they have this sleek look that just makes you feel good standing over the ball. I mean, just look at that deep, undercut cavity in the back. That is the classic, textbook sign of a forgiving game improvement iron. See, all that weight is pushed out to the edges, to the perimeter, and that's what saves your bacon when you don't hit it dead center perfect.
And when you put the club down behind the ball, look at that. The top line is thick enough to give you some real confidence. It's not like one of those scary razor-thin blades. And it's got a slight offset. Now what that means is the face is set back just a tiny bit from the shaft. That little tiny detail, it's a slicer's best friend. It gives you just a fraction of a second more to get that club face square when you hit the ball.
All right, so what about the tech inside these things? Let's take a look under the hood, but we're gonna skip all the fancy marketing talk and just focus on the stuff that's actually gonna help your swing.
First up is something called the center of gravity, or CG. You know, for a lot of us, the biggest battle is just getting the ball up in the air, right? Well, in these tour burners, the weight is packed way down low in the club head. And what that does is it basically does the work for you. It helps get that ball launching high into the air, even if your swing speed isn't what it used to be. Next, there's a fancy-sounding thing TaylorMade calls inverted cone technology. Don't worry about the name. All you need to know is this: it makes the sweet spot bigger. That's it. So when you miss the center, and hey, we all do, this tech helps the ball jump off the face almost just as fast, which means you don't lose all that precious distance. Oh, and you got to check out the bottom of the club, the sole. See how it's kind of rounded or beveled? This is a huge deal. It helps the club glide through the turf instead of digging in like a shovel. So if you're someone who sometimes hits it a little fat, you know, hitting the ground a bit early, this sole design is an absolute lifesaver. It can turn a total disaster of a shot into something that's actually playable.
Okay, so let's say you're interested. Now, since these are older clubs, you're going to be shopping on the used market, and that can feel a little intimidating, I get it. But don't worry, I'm going to give you a super simple checklist to make sure you get a fantastic set.
All right, here it is, your smart shopping checklist. Number 1, hunt for graphite shafts. 2, check the club soles. 3, inspect the key grooves. And 4, budget for new grips. Now, we'll touch on checking the soles and grooves, but honestly, the 2 most important things on this list are finding the right shafts and planning to get new grips. Let's really zoom in on that first point, because for senior players, this is the big one. You want to hunt down the ones with graphite shafts. The stock ones were called React Superfast, and they are incredibly light. And it's simple physics, right? A lighter club is just easier to swing. That means you can get more club head speed and more distance without having to swing any harder. And that fourth point about the grips, so important. I don't care how good the clubs look, the grips are probably going to be old, hard, and slippery. Just plan on spending about an extra $100 to get them re-gripped. I'm telling you, a fresh set of soft grips will make these 15-year-old clubs feel absolutely brand new in your hands. It's the best money you'll spend.
Okay, so let's bring it all home. Let's answer that big question we started with. Are these classics still gold? Or are they just old? I think the final breakdown here, the real value, might actually surprise you.
Here's the bottom line, plain and simple. A brand new set of game improvement irons today, you're looking at $1,200, maybe more. A really good used set of these tour burners, you can find them all day long for under $250. So yeah, are the brand new irons technically a little bit better? Maybe, a tiny bit. But are they $1,000 better? For most of us, no way, not even close.
And hey, here's one last little pro tip for you when you're out there shopping. Grab the 7-iron and the pitching wedge. Why those two? Because they're the clubs that get used the most. Now, run your fingernail across the grooves on the face. If they still feel sharp, if they still have some bite to them, you know that set has plenty of life and plenty of spin left in it.
So, what's the final verdict? Well, it's pretty clear, isn't it? The TaylorMade Tour Burner irons deliver on everything a senior golfer could want. They get the ball up high, they're super forgiving on mishits, they're easy on the joints, and the price, it's unbelievable.
And that really leads to the big question, right? Could the best possible upgrade for your game actually be a 15-year-old classic that costs less than a single new driver? In a world that's always screaming about the newest, most expensive thing, maybe the smartest move, the one that actually helps your scores and your wallet, has been hiding in plain sight this whole time.